Hi, Robert Chuckrow here. I'm going to talk about dreams, which, in my view, is a very important subject. I've been recording my dreams, writing them down, over the past 50 years. And I look at them from time to time and I see patterns. And in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 different categories of dreams. There are many more, but I'll just deal with a few. One category is something just rattling around in your mind that you've been thinking about all day, and it just keeps going like a broken record. That kind of dream I don't pay too much attention to, and they're not very comfortable. Other dreams are dreams where you are getting something from yourself. There's a hidden part of ourselves, a part that we are not conscious of, that knows why we're here and the reason is for our development and what that development should be. And our inner self knows whether it is or is not fulfilling that reason for being here. And when it's fulfilling it, it's a good feeling. But when it's not, it's so much, the feeling is very uncomfortable. But we don't always understand it. And so if you look at dreams, some of them are guiding you, yourself, knowing where you're going, where you should be going, where you are going and shouldn't be, and telling you that in some sort of way. It's usually a code. It's not going to tell it to you outright. It's something that you need to have thought about enough that you can unravel the mystery of it. A third type of dream is something that comes from the outside. I'm convinced of that there are dreams like that. Either from a consciousness that you know or knew. It could be somebody who died asking you a question. The question I often get is, am I dead or alive? Sometimes I can't answer it because I don't know who that consciousness is. I don't know. Other times, it'll be somebody who recently died and is confused. And because that person has, when he was alive or she was alive, had the idea that after death there's nothing, then becomes very confused when the consciousness persists and eventually manufactures the illusion that they're still in a living body, physical body, which slows down their growth. So I've had a number of dreams of people who died where I communicate with them and I talk to them and I explain things to them. I have other dreams where information comes to me and I don't know what it's coming from. Have no idea. But it's telling me something. For example, I have had prophetic dreams. A dream where I get to my car and start down the hill where I was living and step on the brakes and there's nothing there. And the frightening dream. After I woke up, I went out, looked, and the brakes went down to the floor. I was being told that. I didn't know that. I once had a dream where I was hearing music that was just so amazing. Never heard music like that ever before. And I said to myself, is this coming from the outside or is it coming from me? If it's coming from me, I'm the greatest composer that ever lived. And I know I'm not because I'm not a composer. And once I tried composing something and I saw, forget it. You have to be trained to be able to even start. So then I said, well, if it were coming from me, I would know what comes next. And just at that instant, there was a change that was so extreme in the music that it was like a shock going through my body. And then the music continued on, and then there was another time that it did that. I felt when I woke up and I thought about it, it was telling me, this is not coming from you. It's coming from the outside. That was very dramatic. Other times, it can come from the outside and tell you something that can be corroborated the next day. I've had that with some of my teachers, where they tell me something that goes totally against what I learned from the students in the school, and then look at a video of the teacher and see that that's what he was doing. And I would never have even thought of that or seen that or know that. So that is telling me something. That is a signal that it really is coming from the outside. So very important to pay attention to your dreams. They are gifts. They should be written down, should be looked at, not just individually, but collectively. And as one of my teachers said, a dream unanalyzed or not looked at is like a letter, handwritten letter, never opened. Thank you.